scientist, it's me, Miss Campbell. I have a dilemma. I went to the store today thinking I was going to buy some chocolate and I was going to bring it to school, and it turns out that the chocolate that I bought is not going to work. It's not going to work. It's so horrible. But I think with your help today, I'm going to be able to figure out how to make it work. So my dilemma is, I went and bought this chocolate. It's sort of a big block, and it came in 2 smaller blocks that you can pull apart. But I was really needing chocolate this size for my packaging, and if you will notice, it's too big. Kind of stinks. So I need your help. I don't know how to get this chocolate to be this size. Do you think you could help me with that? I was thinking, you know, I don't think that they go to the chocolate tree and they pick this off. I'm pretty sure that they don't go to the chocolate tree and like pick off a chocolate bunny or pick off a Hershey's Kiss. They have to do something to it. So maybe if we think about what they do to chocolate to get it like this, then we'll know what we could do to chocolate to get it like this. So first things first, what I would like for you to do is turn and talk to your neighbor. Think about what you know about chocolate and how it behaves and what you know about hot and cold. Make a prediction. Activate that schema. Think about what you know already and make a prediction. What could we do to my sadly gigantic chocolate bar to make it slightly smaller? Alright, I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, so what I have done, if you'll notice, our stove has changed slightly. What I have done is put a pot with a little bit of water in it, and it is very hot. So while we are talking about this pot, I want to talk to you about how you should not try this experiment at home without mom or dad or an adult, because this is a real stove. This is really hot water, and you could hurt yourself, and I would be so sad. Please don't try this at home without a parent. I want you to be very safe. It's a cool experiment, and I would love for you to try it at home, but not by yourself. Get an adult. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we have our pot of hot water, and I have this metal bowl. And I'm going to take my metal bowl and I'm going to stick it right on top of the pot of boiling water. This is where our safety part comes in, because right now this bowl is okay to touch, but when I stick it on there, what do you think? Do you think that this bowl is going to get really, really cold? It's going to stay about the same, or it's going to get really, really hot when I put it on the boiling water? If you think cold, thumbs down. If you think stay about the same, sideways thumb. If you think it's going to get oh so hot, give me a thumbs up. I don't see everybody's thumbs. If you gave me a thumbs up, you are correct, because hot water, hot bowl, if I put it right on top of there, it is going to get hot, 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 which means Miss Campbell needs to be careful, careful, careful. Okay, so I'm going to get a couple of pieces of chocolate, and I'm going to drop them right in this bowl, this hot, hot, hot bowl, and we're going to talk about it. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so I have 4 of these big chunks of chocolate, 1 for each of the other 3rd grade teachers, and I'm going to drop them in. If you will notice, when I take this chocolate and I drop it into the bowl, it's pretty much keeping it the same shape right now. It sort of just drops. It doesn't really flow. When I stir it right now, it's not really sticking to the spoon, just a little bit right there, but not really. Also, this piece is higher than that piece, and that piece, and this piece. They're all different heights. That's called having an unlevel surface. So, what state of matter is that? You're right, it is a solid. Yep, it's a solid. So we are going to see what applying heat does to make this a solid. I'm going to stir. I'm going to get out of the picture here and just give it some good stirs and let you watch and see what happens, all right? Alright, so slide set back there. I'm going to put one more block in so that we know for certain that we are getting a chance to see this in action. There's one solid chunk right there. And another solid chunk right here, so we will continue on stirring it up and see if we can get everything to melt. Oh, almost there, just a few little dots of solid in there still. Alright friends, notice that the chocolate has gone from having its very own shape to kind of taking the shape of the pan. For the most part, it has a level surface. When I pick it up in a spoon, it flows, it pours right off of that spoon. Look how beautifully delicious that looks. Wow, it just flows right off. I want you to think, what state of matter is this? It was a solid, but then I put it over a really hot pan of water, and now it has turned into what? What do you think? Tell your neighbor. Okay, let's see. It is a liquid. If you said liquid, you were right. Yay! Give yourself a pat on the back. Here's what I want you to talk about now. Why did heating up this chocolate make it turn into a liquid? What happened? How does that happen? Think about it. You may not know the answer, but give it your best guess with your partner. Go ahead. Alrighty, so we are halfway there. We have taken our big solid chocolate chunks and turned them into this liquidy delicious stuff, and as tasty as this looks, I don't think that I could stick this in my pocket and take it to school. And you know, I don't think that the other third grade teachers would very much appreciate me giving them liquidy chocolate that's been in my pocket. So gotta keep on keeping on. Our final thought is this: we need to get our chocolate back into a solid. It's gonna help us if we make it into smaller pieces, because I could probably take this whole bowl and figure out how to make it into a solid, but it's gonna help because remember, I wanted to have my pieces that look like this. So what can I do to get my liquidy chocolate here into my shapes like this that I wanted at the beginning? The whole reason we're doing this. Talk to your neighbor. What do you think? What do I do? If you said then maybe I should pour. Notice I said pour because that is what you do with a liquid. I could pour my chocolate into my candy mold, so I'm going to try that. I will stop talking and get to pouring and meet you back here in just a second. Here we go. Alrighty, so I am looking so cool in my safety goggles. Here we go. I'm going to take my chocolate that is melty in my bowl. I'm going to use a towel to hold it because remember we decided that bowl is going to be really hot, and I'm going to pour my chocolate into my molds really carefully, really slowly. Okay. So I have taken my gigantic hard chocolate pieces. I have poured them into my mold here. I'm going to kind of swish it around to get it nice and nice and solid. Then I'm gonna put my thermometer in. I want to see what the temperature is right now in this chocolate. So I'm gonna put it in, and I may have to just tell you what it says. It's going up to 90. Yeah, this one's a little deeper. Let's try that one. Let's go. It's at 100. Woo, this is some hot chocolate. We're at 110. 115, 120. Oh my friends, this is 120 degrees Fahrenheit. May I remind you again, please do not try this at home without a parent. That is so hot you could hurt yourself. Please don't. Okay, so I've gotten my chocolate into my chocolate mold. It's about the size that I want it, which is fantastic for me. But what do I do now? Do I just leave it? Do I put it in the microwave? Do I stick it outside? It's kind of hot outside. Do I, oh, I don't know, maybe stick it in the refrigerator or the freezer? Turn and talk to your neighbor. What can I do to help this chocolate really, really get nice and hard? Think about what you know about chocolate. I was thinking about what I know about my candy bar that I left in my car this summer and the one that I left in my car last winter. Think about that. There's your hint. Tell your neighbor what you think we could do to this chocolate to really help it solidify, get really hard. We want it to become a solid so that I don't have to take the 3rd grade teacher's liquidy gross candy in my pocket. What do we do to make a liquid turn into a solid? Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is our final test. I think, knowing about my car, I activated my schema. I know that my car, when I leave chocolate in the summer, it gets oh so hot and oh so unbearably uneatable. So what I want to do, I think, is that I want to stick this in the fridge. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try it. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully it works. If that was your suggestion, then we'll see if it works. Here we go. It's been about 15 minutes, I think. I decided to put it in the freezer. It is your time to think. What do you think this chocolate is going to look like when I put it down on the cabinet? We've taken this chocolate on a very long journey today. It started in a slightly too large block. It went to a liquid. We melted it by heating it up. Now it has gotten into the freezer. It has gotten very cold. What do you think it is going to look like? Let's find out. Before, when I was shaking it, remember it was kind of jiggling around? No sign of the jiggles. It looks to me like, I'm going to pop one out and see what happens. That is the chocolate bar of my dreams. Wow. Wow, wow. That was what I was wanting. That's perfect. It looks like to me that my chocolate bars have gotten nice and hard. So putting them in the freezer, what did that do? I made it cold. What did I get out of that? A pretty awesome chocolate bar. Thank you so much for your help today. I don't think that I could have done this without you. So thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for helping me get just right chocolate bars. I am going to bring these to school tomorrow and they are going to be perfect. You are awesome.